What is up, guys? Freaking Arkham Reviews here, Doug. Alright, so last video we did, let me see, Naruto original series, so I had to split it up into two parts, because 30-minute videos, and I kind of, just gonna go over, like, each arc in, Shippuden, and, I have a list of, like, the actual legitimate names, so now I can actually see them in, like, timeline order, so I can go through them. Let me see. So Shippuden starts off with the Kazekage rescue mission. So that's like, Gaara gets copped by the Akatsuki, right? Was it Deidara and Sasori, right? So I remember, let me see. Yeah, I remember seeing Gaara for the first time in Shippuden. I was like, whoo. He's got like new drip and everything. He was looking pretty fly, and then he looked like he got, he gained a little bit of strength or like experience, like, he was looking like how he should be in Shippuden. And then, the Akatsuki come to town. I'm like, how is this gonna go? Like, I didn't really know what was gonna happen. I didn't really know, like, how, like, if Gaara was gonna lose or not. But, and then Gaara started putting in work. Like, it was a pretty hype battle for the beginning of Shippuden. I was like, okay, I'm loving this. Like, I'm definitely gonna watch this like all day long. And what is it, like, Deidara's he pulls out. I mean, okay, let me be honest. Deidara's not my favorite Akatsuki member. It's just kind of like the clay explosion stuff. Art is an explosion, not really my thing. But it's his fight with Gaara was just too hype. I just I couldn't hate on it. But, after that, Gaara was doing a whole bunch of sand stuff, he's doing the little sand, but, like Gaara's getting creative, like, he's getting really creative with the sand. I'm like, whew. That's what kind of made that battle pretty interesting. But, now, let me see, after that, he kind of, like, Deidara, like, launched this, like, kind of, like, larger explosion than normal, like, this giant bird thingy on the sand village, and Gaara had to clutch it, and he made this giant, like, little, like, sand blanket over the village to kind of just, hold the blast back, and that worked perfectly. Like, it pretty much saved the whole, like no part of the village was destroyed after that. And then he gets, so then after that, and then he has these, like, Deidara kind of has this, like, stupid jutsu where, like, he makes his little explosion thing. He's hella tiny, so they got through Gaara's defense, and then they just body Gaara. So then Deidara picks him up, and then they start moving. And I think, like, Kankuro gets poisoned by Sasori because Kankuro's shinobi that we probably don't know the names for. And then I think that's around the end of, like, that part of the arc. And then Naruto and Kakashi and let me see, I forgot what team it is, but Guy's team, like Guy Sensei's team, like Neji, 1010, and Rock Lee, they go over there. You get to see what's kind of new stuff they learned. Let me see, the freaking Neji's Jonin now, and then everyone else is kind of like Chunin. No one's still, no one's still at the Genin level. And then after that, I think they're doing some, like, weird seal stuff. Like, they're trying to get to the Akatsuki's, like, lair, like, where the Ghetto statue is. And, I remember that, like, they had to do these seal things. Like, they had to pull these seals off the tree to break the barrier. But, let me see. The only people that were kind of, or, like, the Akatsuki members that stayed there, because, everyone else left. All the Akatsuki members left after they're done with the Ghetto statue thing. Like, because Gaara's already dead. He's just chilling there. Like, they sucked the freaking Jinchuriki out of him. And why can't I don't know why that took so long. But they sucked the Jinchuriki out of him, and then he just dies. So we're like, wait, no, he's not. Like, I was kind of questioning myself. I was like, dude, there's no way he's dead. Come on. You can't just kill Gaara like that, because I didn't really know you could do the whole resurrect thing. I thought you could only reanimate, but that doesn't really count, I guess. So then, like, after that, Naruto comes in with the whole team, and then Sakura has a pretty cool battle with, I don't know how he didn't see me. A cool battle with Sasori, and then Granny Chiyo was there. Granny Chiyo low-key clutched that battle, though. Like, Sakura, she's all right. I mean, obviously she got stronger from original series, but you know, not that much. Like, it's not that impressive. It ain't no Naruto level, dog. Just let me do the thing. I'll just throw a smoke bomb. Holy crap. Alright. Yeah, like, that whole fight was pretty cool there, too. But, what was it? Oh, yeah, I forgot they had a flashlight thingy. Like, that whole fight was pretty cool, I guess. But, what was that? And then Kakashi had this whole, like, chase with, Naruto, and they're chasing Datara because he had Garo's body. And Naruto's obviously pissed off because he thinks Garo's still alive and he has to still save him, right? But then, you know, that doesn't really work out. You know, Naruto finds out that Garo died, and then freaking he goes, I think he goes for, or like, when he goes past the four-tail cloak, the red stuff will start coming over him. Like, you'll notice that. I think that's like the end of the rescue mission. I think that's about it, right?
I've got the ID code.
Yeah. That's kind of like that arc summarized, I guess. I would say that like, for a starting arc, that was pretty good. I liked it. That was one of my favorite arcs. Because, you know, they had a lot, like, pretty hype battle in the beginning, and they had, like, you get to see what Gaara can do. Because, you know, Gaara's, dude, I like Gaara. Like, Gaara's on my, like, top 10 list, like, favorite characters. Like Gaara's one of the heavy hitters. Like, when you see this man come in, you know stuff's about to go down. Pretty dope. But, let's see. I might have to skip a couple arcs, because there's so many. And Shippuden, obviously. I might have to, like, skip around. I'm definitely going to do Jiraiya's arc, Pain arc, and then I'll probably just go, maybe, like, one arc in between there, and then go straight to the War arc, because there's a bunch of little parts in there. Because, let me see, let me pull it up real quick. I think there's Reconnaissance. I'll just kind of go over that real quick. The Reconnaissance one where they're, you know, they're trying to find Sasuke, because, you know, Naruto just came back. He's like, oh, I can... Oh my god, I almost just got shot by a bunch of tanks. You know, like, later on, they're like, oh yeah, you can, the reconnaissance team or whatever, you know, he's just like, he builds up, let me see, he takes Sakura, and then Captain Yamato gets introduced. Because he's like, he's an Anbu member or whatever. He's got the wood style type beat. And, let me see, they're trying to go and find Sasuke, because Sasori, before he died, told Sakura, like, where he was going to meet up with Orochimaru, because obviously Sasuke's with Orochimaru. He's doing a lot of training. And, I think, like, you know, Naruto goes sicko mode, because, you know, Sasuke's not there. He's like, you know, freaking give me Sasuke back, dog. But, you know, obviously, freaking Kabuto's like, no, and then Naruto goes sicko mode, and then he absolutely bodies Orochimaru. Orochimaru cannot do anything, dude. He pulls up like 10 gates that are supposed to be like unbreakable. Naruto just shoots right through them with these giant like freaking tailed beast laser thingy. That was pretty cool. But I guess I should probably just stop that arc there, because I'm about to run out of time pretty soon here. Alright, Akatsuki suppression missions. So this is like when, you know, Asuma dies. Hidan kills him, and then Shikamaru gets revenge, right? I remember that. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I gotta go over here. Yeah, like, that was pretty cool. Like, I like the whole, Shikamaru with, you can kind of get to see, like, how he's grown and stuff. And then you kind of get to see, like, his big plan to take Hidan down. That was pretty cool. Because he did, like, that whole thing in the woods where he like, strung him up and then just blew him up. Yeah, I kind of like that. I guess I can only really go over Jiraiya's arc and the Pain arc and then the War arc, because I only got, like... I'll push the video to, like, 35 minutes. Yeah, that arc was definitely pretty dope. It was... I'd give it, like, you know, maybe... like a 7 out of a 10. It was, you know, obviously like a 10 is like the best arc in the entire series. So obviously it was like a good arc. but I wouldn't say it's the best. Okay, what? Why am I zooming in? Oh. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, but let me see. I guess I'll go over, you know, obviously, because Jiraiya's, I believe Jiraiya's arc's after that, right? Because they kind of like split it up. I forgot. Let me see if I can look at this. Yeah, so after that is Itachi's pursuit mission. So they're trying to find him because, you know, they're assuming that Sasuke's going to try and find him and they might bump into him or something like that. So he takes, like, you know, a big team, and Naruto goes along, and then Naruto meets with Itachi. And, you know, they have a little chat there. Itachi tells him some stuff. But other than that, you know, they kind of, like, Itachi's, let's see, he's with Kisame, I think. And then, freaking Naruto, doesn't find Sasuke until a little bit later, right? I can't remember when they meet up in Orochimaru's hideout or whatever. But yeah, they kind of do the whole thing, and then but then I think in between there, that's when they put Jiraiya's arc. They put, you know, Tale of Jiraiya the Gallant, like they put that in there. They put that like halfway through, because like they have Itachi's pursuit, and then they have guys. That, I don't know. I'd give like I give the Itachi's pursuit mission, like, I would give it like a 6 out of 10. I mean, maybe like a 7. I'll give it a 7, because, you know, there's not really much like fighting going on per se. I don't think, because that's not till like later. That's not till like, I think after Jiraiya's arc. I don't know why they chose to put that in the middle, but, you know, Jiraiya's... Okay, let me just talk about Jiraiya's arc real quick. Like, I could be talking about Jiraiya's arc for a while, because his arc is just dope. Because he's got, you know, he's got the big fight with Pain, and, you know, he puts in some work. He pulls out the big Rasengan, he pulls out, or the massive Rasengan, and then he, you know, he pulls out the Sage Jutsu. He pulls out, like, that overpowered Genjutsu with the 2 frogs on his shoulders, and he trips out all the Pain clones. I think he at least bodies one of them. So that was pretty impressive. Because, dude, Pain is just too overpowered for Jiraiya, dog. Like, Jiraiya had to, like, solo him. Like, if he had, like, maybe, like, a couple, you know, if he had, like, Tsunade there. Maybe not Tsunade. If he had, like, Kakashi there, and if he had, you know, a couple other, like, big hitters that, you know, obviously are adults. Like, I mean, definitely not freaking... What's her name? Not Kurenai Sensei. I mean... Don't get me wrong, her Genjutsu is alright, but, you know, remember when Itachi showed up to town, and he's like, that Genjutsu of that level does not work on me? I'm like, dude, you're clowning if you try to freaking T-Dog. He's like the biggest Sharingan user we know right now, so, you know, just stop. Okay, what? Man, I'm tripping, dog. Alright. Yeah, let me see. So then, you know, Jiraiya's, or I think it ends off with Jiraiya basically just getting bodied by, like, all the Pain, because all the Pain clones, they basically just get, like, kind of, not exactly rezzed, but they kind of get, like, healed or something. He pulls out, like, all the Pain clones, because, of course, he's got to pull out all the Pain clones for Jiraiya. And, let me see, like, yeah, after that, they just kind of take all these poles and just impale them. You know, it's kind of big sad. And then Jiraiya pulls a clutch move, and he writes down all the information that he discovered. Like, the one who's controlling them technically isn't, like, he's close, but he's not there. He's not there with them. And I think after that, they,
That's 2 dead workers now.
After that, the frog dude's kind of going, he's, like, traveling to the Leaf Village to tell everybody that Jiraiya's dead, and knows the secret to Pain, obviously, because, you know, the Pain's next stop is the Leaf Village. And then say they do that arc, and then they have the Itachi and Sasuke's 1v1. They have that right after that. So then, you know, once Sasuke's, you know, run in and he finally finds Itachi, I think there's something going on with Itachi. I think he was, like, sick or something. I forgot what that was, but he was, like, coughing up blood. in that battle. But dude, that I would okay. Well, I also gotta rate Jiraiya's arc. Yeah, definitely the freaking Jiraiya's arc was definitely 10 out of 10 because you know, dude, that was like there's like really before the war arc. There's like the like couple big battles there, and that's definitely one of them. But after was it that Jiraiya's arc? You know, the Itachi 1v1.
That's 3 dead now.
I would have to say that
Going to pay.
that fight was definitely like a 9 out of 10. I mean, there's some stuff that they could have done better. Like that, I mean, not like the fight itself, but you know, the like the stuff leading up to the fight. Like I liked the, you know, Kisame versus like Guy's team. I thought that was pretty cool. But you know, Naruto's just kind of running around the forest. Like I wish he would have like found something. I wish he would have done something. You know, he doesn't. I don't really remember if Naruto really gets to do much except for just kind of run around and meet Itachi once. But then no, that's when Itachi plants the weird like genjutsu thingy in him. Whatever it was called, is like he placed a little like raven like with the Mangekyo, so then he can control himself or something when he gets reanimated later in the future. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to skip a couple arcs definitely, so I'm gonna run out of time. All right, fated battle between brothers. Yeah, Pain's assault. All right, so after obviously Sasuke kills. Sasuke kills Itachi. Well, Itachi just kind of dies. He doesn't really get killed. Like he, you know, he's kind of just like limping over there. And then they did the whole thing where they was it like they kind of finessed you. Like you thought that Itachi was gonna, you know, he was evil, right? You know, he was gonna take Sasuke's, you know, eye or something. But you know, he didn't do that. He just did the little, you know, forehead thingy. I'm like, wow, damn, why I gotta do him like that? I thought that was pretty interesting. Like when I watched that for the first time, I was like, because you know I was kind of skeptical if Itachi was bad or good, but no, definitely he was freaking good after that. I just kind of wish that he didn't die so early. I wish they would have. I mean, I guess they can't really drag it out that long, but you know, that was just a good. It was a good way to kill Itachi. It was a good battle. Okay, so pain arcs. No, they kind of explain everything to Sasuke. Well, not exactly everything, but they, you know, I think Obito or Toby, you know, the butthole mask dude, he explains everything to Itachi, or not Itachi, Sasuke. And then and then Sasuke's like chilling on the beach with Taka or whatever the hell his group's name is, and he's just bawling, he's crying because he's like, dude, Itachi was actually a freaking, you know, he was a dope dude and I just bodied him. So of course he's like crying and stuff. And then I think they start the pain arc after that, because like this is when Naruto comes back with everybody else and they see that Jiraiya died and they're like, oh, like he can't like cope with it. And then you know, obviously, and then the old Toad Sage dude has the message on his back, and they don't really know because I think it's like in code, it's like in these numbers or something. And then they have to decipher it, but they haven't done that yet. And then Naruto just has the deep depressed, like dead inside, because you know Jiraiya's dead, bruh. Remember, he has that whole like, dude. I remember the one scene where he's holding the popsicle, because you know they used to eat popsicles together, dog. Like Jiraiya used to give him one half of popsicle, dog. And he's just sitting there, just his face, he just like tears are coming down, bruh. I'm like, woo. And then Shikamaru, I think, breaks him out of it, and then they start like researching, and then also the Toad Sage brought back a pain clone. Let me see, and then they researched, they like, you know, Shizune did some like medical stuff on him, and then she's kind of like looking at the poles, or like, well, how do you kind of use these? I don't really know how to do that, or how these are used. I remember that. That was pretty, like, I was like, are they gonna figure it out before, you know, he gets there? So then, and then Pain shows up, like, because remember, there's like the guards around the Leaf Village, and all the clones just kind of show up and just absolutely clap them. I think there was like a Hyuga clan member there, but you know, he dies, I think. Or I think he like warns them because there's like, because Hinata has like her personal like bodyguard. That's part of the Hyuga clan. I remember just kind of seeing him and be like, dude, this is bad. Like, Pain just freaking showed up in the town. So Naruto, but Naruto goes and leaves for training, obviously at Mount Myoboku to get Sage Jutsu. But while that's happening, you know, the whole village is just being raided. Like, Pain is just absolutely clapping. Like, no one's giving him a good fight except for Kakashi, obviously. Kakashi gave him a pretty good fight. Like, he did some pretty fancy stuff with the Mangekyo. And then let me see, he dies because of chakra loss. Because I originally thought he was gonna die because of the nail that, you know, the Yahiko clone just kind of shot into his eye. But then he uses the Kamui last second to save himself. Oh, and I think like Choji's dad dies, but then of course Choji's lucky, and then he he uses the, you know, Nagato in the end uses the Rinne Rebirth because, you know, Naruto does the Takano Jutsu. And then, you know, when Naruto comes back and the whole village is destroyed after he does the almighty push, you're like, oh, also that scene was crazy, bro. I didn't think the Leaf Village is gonna be done like that. I thought like the village is gonna be destroyed during the war arc, not like this early on. I remember seeing that. I was so surprised. I was like, sheesh. Yeah, that was crazy, dude. And then Naruto comes back. He's like, "Yo, are we at the Leaf Village?" And he's like, "Yes." He's like, "Huh? It's just a freaking crater." And then let me see, like, Naruto kind of like picks off, like, with the help of all the, because he has like all the boys there. He has all the big toads, and he basically just picks off the clones one by one, the Pain clones, and then wait, don't have to. Oh yeah, I gotta rescue that dude. He picks off all the Pain clones one by one. Well, can I just freaking, dude, give me the option to talk to this man?
Wow, you drive a tank?
Or whatever.
That thing's incredible.
Can I? Okay, there we go.
Okay, you're safe.
Yeah, so then he and then I think there's like one Pain left. It's the one that can absorb jutsu, and he has him in this headlock, or he has him in this.
I heard him saying.
He definitely has him in a headlock, and then Naruto pulls a big brain, and then he like starts. So now he's absorbing the Sage Jutsu. He basically just released all that he had. So then he turned into a stone toad, the Pain clone. And I thought that was pretty big brain. And of course, how could we forget about, you know, Naruto's 1v1 fight when he went like 6 tails with Pain after he absolutely just clapped Hinata. Like, I remember Hinata came over, I was like, like, I didn't know if she could actually do something, but, you know, she survived for more than 10 seconds, so I'll give her props for that. I remember just like, you know, Naruto's pinned down, he can't do anything, he's just watching Hinata get flipped in the air. Just doing like the cool tiger fist. I'm like, dude, come on. Just give her something, like give her like at least a good punch in, but no. Hinata gets absolutely bodied, and then Naruto goes crazy, goes stupid after she confesses his feelings, and obviously, you know, Naruto doesn't say anything about her feelings after that. It's kind of big sad, but, you know, it's the way she go. Where'd she go? Yeah, and then, I think, you know, obviously, Naruto does Takano Jutsu on Nagato. Nagato's doing the whole monologue about, you know, the pain, cycle, hate, whatever. Oh, and then he's about to go 8 tails because he pulls out Planetary Devastation. And that was pretty cray-cray. I think Konan just kind of does her own thing after Nagato dies. Because he dies because he does the Rinne Rebirth. Because he just exhausted his chakra to the point where it's just 0. Like, dying from chakra. I remember when they explained how you could die from chakra exhaustion. I'm like, really? I thought you just get so fatigued that you just can't move, but I guess not. Let me see. I gotta start talking about the war arc because there's so much to talk about the war arc. I'll kind of just go over like the big battles kind of briefly because, you know, obviously I wanna talk about the Kaguya fight more when Kaguya comes in. Also, I skipped a bunch of fillers in the war arc. Because, you know, who wants to watch freaking fillers when it's the war arc? Alright. Pain's Assault. Oh, the 5 Kage Summit. That was pretty interesting. Dude, Sasuke just goes against, like, all the Kage, like, briefly. That was pretty interesting to see. Obviously, the fight with the Raikage and Sasuke took his arm because he used the Amaterasu. Amaterasu is too overpowered. I mean, not as overpowered as the Izanami or whatever, or Izanagi or whatever. This freaking restart jutsu, like, that's just stupid. I mean, the Sharingan, the Mangekyo are overpowered enough. Like, what is he? He's got the freaking Kamui or whatever. It's freaking dummy. Or he doesn't have the Kamui, but you know, there's so many stuff with the Kamui that they do.
Covered by that sentry gun. I'll have to take them out quickly to avoid detection.
Yeah, Sasuke does his 1v1s with pretty much, I think all of... Oh no, he's about to get bodied by Onoki though. I remember that. And then Onoki's about to body him with the particle jutsu. Because dude, it's a particle jutsu. Like, what do you expect? Like the deconstructing particle thingy. It's freaking overpowered. Because I forgot what that's called, but it's like you put 3 chakra natures into one. I think. It's pretty overpowered. But mostly the Kage Summit. Like, also I gotta rate. I mean, you already know what I'm gonna rate the Pain Arc. Obviously 10 out of 10, dude. It's the Pain Arc. But the 5 Kage Summit, I'd have to give that like an 8. Because there's some stuff that they could have done better. I mean, just like little tiny stuff. I'll give it an 8.5. Like, there's very small things I didn't... Okay, well, actually, hold up. The Pain Arc had some faults. Let's just kind of, like, not like the fight itself, but just the animation for the fight. Like, that was rushed. Like, you can tell it was rushed. Like, they didn't really do the best job with the animation. Because, you know, obviously they wanted to get it out. And, you know, it didn't really go well. Like, you remember, like, you know, my pain is far greater than yours. His face started just doing this weird thing. I think the pain, or no, the war arc starts kind of after the 5 Kage Summit. I forgot to start a timer, so this video might be like 45 minutes. I'm talking about Shippuden, obviously. Yeah, so I'm kind of distracted with this big fat group of dudes. No homo. Got spam square, that's it. See if I can... Is this the last dude? Oh no, that's the last dude. Yeah, 5 Kage Summit. I'm pretty sure because, Fortune Shinobi War countdown. Yeah, there's kind of like a count. There's like an in-between, like everyone's getting ready. Because Obito shows up at the 5 Kage Summit, and he's like, I declare war on all of you, and he's explaining to Tsukuyomi, and I'm like, what? Like, I didn't know that it was going to be this big scale. I'm like, sheesh. Man, I want freaking 2 more points so I can have the grappling launcher.
Right into his hand. He didn't care if everyone ran.
Yeah, that was definitely pretty hype. But, you know, when it's... Because there's kind of like the concession, like... Oh, no, also because they're going to do the... Naruto's gonna meet with Sasuke again, because I remember he met with him like before, and then Sasuke somehow like does this weird thing with the 9 tails where he seals him away because he has a Sharingan. I'm like, really? Okay, dope. But it's pretty cray. Holy dude, what? I really gotta take a fat crap right now. I gotta hurry this up. I'm about to poop my pants. Oh, my stomach's growling. Sheesh. Dude, can you freaking turn? Alright. Yeah, I might want to do these dudes. I want to do the sentry guns, get them out of my way. Oh, crap. Freaking grapple. Holy. That was close. Alright, there's 2 dudes. I'll probably get them. But yeah, I'll probably... Dude, I might have to do Shippuden in like... 2 parts. I might have to do this whole series in 3 parts because the war arc is just... I can't... I'm trying to summarize as best I can, but... Also, I gotta take a fat crap right now, dog. So I might have to just end the video here because I think it's been like a good 30 minutes, definitely. So I'll probably just like... Actually, no, hold on. Let me just start like... Well, I was gonna say something about like... Naruto and Sasuke, because they're going on that whole mission to like literally kill Sasuke, I think. Because I remember, yeah, but also Sakura was like, I'm gonna kill Sasuke. I'm like, dude, stop the cap. Oh, I just lost a whole bunch of save data, but who cares? Yeah. I was about to say, stop the cap. Yeah, I'll probably just pick up where I left off, because Sasuke's about to have his big battle with, what's his name? Freaking, Donzo, yeah. Alright, I gotta sign off for today.